Hello, welcome to Dark Night Healing. My name is Julie. I'm going to do a tarot reading for you today from the One World Tarot deck. Hope everyone is having a good time. Please remember that I don't need subscribers or likes. Spirit will direct these to where they need to go. All my readings are timeless, which means they will get there when they get there and when they are directed to. I'm an intuitive reader, which means I don't know what the books say or what the author says. All my messages come from Spirit, directed by imagery and channeling. Let's see what Spirit has to say for you today. If you would like a personal reading, you can email me at darknightheal@gmail.com. And while I do comment on some of my platforms, I will never message you directly. And again, we are spirit guided here, so I will be here whether you subscribed or not. Five of Swords. Some sort of disagreement is going on in your life with one or two people, perhaps. You seem to have disarmed them of their weapons. So perhaps evidence has become they feel that this was done unfairly. Knight of Pentacles. Some messenger is going to bring you something. But they're waiting. Maybe they're waiting to see what happens with this situation. Five of Cups. They're waiting to see how you react. The other people are not necessary, but they're waiting to see how you react. Are you going to choose to lament over what you lost, or are you going to work with what you have left and move forward? Six of Pentacles. I feel like you are not going to worry about what you've lost, even though it has caused you great pain. You're going to work with what you have left. Something's going to change your attitude, and you'll start building more money back. Two of Swords. You're going to start feeling your way through things more instead of using more logical decision-making skills. Sometimes our brains get in the way of making decisions that are right for us because they're not logical. Logic doesn't always have a place in this world. We live in a physical body, on a physical planet, in a physical universe, in an energetic universe. Everything is energy. So you're going to start to feel through this now and stop using your logic so much. You're going to be letting go. You're going to release whatever this is. It will be a loss, but this loss is going to lead to new beginnings, a new day. This could be a loss of title or a demotion. The king is down and lost his crown. This could be a demotion. Love, status, wealth. King of Swords. Whatever this demotion or loss is, it's going to put you on a different throne. You will have learned from your previous situation that sometimes doing less is more. Having a firmer stance can be more support for you. Having stronger boundaries. But you're definitely perhaps taking over, taking back a position of authority. Maybe if you have a company, you could be a business owner that had put someone in charge that you trusted. And while they didn't completely hurt you or bankrupt you, they led you and your company in the wrong direction, or one that you didn't want to go in. Wow. Somebody was just surprised, scared maybe, with all the cards flying everywhere. Perhaps you were startled. Perhaps you dropped something. But it's definitely going to be better for you. You're going to find your strength. You're going to find your leadership. And you're going to be able to voice what you want for yourself, your company, your family going forward. Strength. You're going to find your strength. But more than just a physical strength. The strength will be the strength to close the mouths of lions. You will tame the savage beast. You will be anointed by Spirit and shown the way, directed, guided by light. You're definitely being guided by light right now. Seven of Cups. Many good things will be coming your way. Changes, good. Some not so good. But for all of your benefit. There may be a surprise in there as well. Some of this you're not expecting or can see. 10 of Pentacles. And it's going to lead to many, many great things. Family, companionship, loyalty, abundance, community, perhaps a house. You're going to be very happy after this trial period and the letting go. I do not feel that this is something that you thought you would be able to let go of easy. Could be family, could be a business partner, or friendship. I feel that this is actually a business partner, though, or a friend that you entrusted to help run your business. And while they didn't completely screw you, they did betray your trust. But you're using this as a lesson. And you've learned to put the faith and trust in yourself first. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was this business was the first time you've ever owned a business and you've entrusted this person to help you because they have done this before and had more knowledge. Sometimes just because somebody has seemingly done something for a longer period of time than you doesn't mean that they've been doing it right. I've seen that a lot in my time. Been working for over 30 years and I've seen a lot of people do things that they thought were the proper way to do things and they weren't. And it's just like, how have you gotten away with this? But let's see what these are. So while that's all changing, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some balance with the Two of Pentacles here. You're going to be juggling your finances, perhaps your work time, and family. It's going to be very unsteady for a little while, but not devastating your finances or anything anymore. It's just going to be stress, trying to juggle this, juggle that. You will eventually find some footing. You're going to be examining, with the Eight of Cups, you're going to be examining the details in your life. And you're going to be walking away from maybe several offers that look good but are not good. You're going to have to be very discerning about what you let back in. Ace of Wands. But Spirit's going to help you. Like I said, you're going to find that strength, but it's not a physical strength. It's a strength that is provided by Spirit. And they will also bring you in some answers and some knowledge and wisdom. This will be imparted to you by Spirit. Perhaps an aha moment. Maybe you hear a motivational speaker. You watch a YouTube video. Something is going to click. And you're going to know that this message was for you. Another incoming, again, more information. Flashy. This could be a business offer, a partner offership. Or maybe you're going to meet somebody who's going to be a great mentor to you. But this is going to lead to great celebration, perhaps a wedding, maybe you meeting your partner if you're not already with. But it's going to be a wonderful, perhaps you're Jewish. They're breaking the glass as a Jewish custom. So you could be Jewish. Mazel tov. Four of Swords. But definitely you're going to need to rest for this. You're going to need to internalize this a bit more. You don't seem too bothered by it from other people's standards, but I think that internally it might be affecting you a bit more than that. These could have been good friends. They were definitely somebody who you trusted, and put in a position of authority. And we've all done that on some level. Whether we had parents that disappointed us, or, children that have disappointed us, or, friends that we've all had someone who we cared and trusted disappoint us and make us feel like we have to do everything alone. But the thing is that they're imperfect, just like we are. And sometimes they're going to think that they know what you want, but that's where communication is key. And maybe you weren't keeping in communication with them as much as you should have been. And maybe now you have to have a more active role in your business because you didn't make that time to communicate, or you thought that they could just run it and then, you would just go on vacation and do stuff. Well, as a business owner, we are responsible for our business. And if we're not checking in and making sure that it is going the way we want it to, then we're the ones responsible at the end of the day. So really examine all the offers that are coming in and put trust in yourself at this time so that you can truly communicate what it is that you want. No one's saying that having a business and having somebody else run it for you is a bad thing. But the thing is you have to be able to implicitly trust that person and that they are working for your best interest. See, a lot of people, when they get into manager positions for friends, they think of all these ideas and they're not thinking exactly what the owner or the friend would want, and they don't communicate with them on that. They just make these decisions. And then you come back and you're like, well, why would you do that? You should have asked first. Well, you gave them the position of authority without explaining to them that they need to come to you with any major changes or anything, any idea that they have, and run it across you before implementing it, and making sure that they have a strategic plan of how it all should go out and what it should look like, and then have a report of what happened. There are certain ways of doing things that can help make any relationship easier as long as you are communicating. So communication is definitely key in all aspects of your life right now, but especially with yourself at this time, because this loss is already either happening right now or in the process of happening. So there's not much you can do to stop that. What you can do is examine where the communication breakdown was and move forward with a plan from there of how you want to go forward and change the things that you need to change, because there is going to be, like I said, a bit of a balancing act coming up for you while you make these adjustments. But you're going to be okay. You're going to come out stronger, wiser, more solidified, and definitely have more abundance and a lot more wisdom and knowledge and support. But take time for you. Self-care is very important. And taking time to really think and sit with everything that you want and need and think about, like, just let your brain flow. Maybe write as it goes every thought that comes out, and don't judge yourself for those thoughts. Just let them flow. Let them be what they are. Just thoughts. But they're good for brainstorming. You might be seeing 4, 5, 6, or lots of 4s everywhere, or 5s. It's definitely a lot of those out right now. Watch out for interesting shaped clouds as well, if you have an imagination. All right, that's your reading for today. Thank you for joining me. If you would like a personal reading, you can email me at darknightheal@gmail.com. You can also check out my other readings on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And I also have intention items such as candles and salves that I make. And I do Reiki healing as well, but that's only for the people in my area. So, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time.